Alrighty, we have a replay between myself and Blood Penguin, or Plague Penguin, whichever you prefer to call him. Lizardmen versus High Elves. It's a matchup that I was thinking was pretty good for Lizardmen at the start of Warhammer 3, and then I got slapped by Sisters of Avalorn and Lother and Sigard for a while, and then I was playing a game with this guy, and I was like, you know what, I think I got some ideas. Cold One Riders and Feral Cold Ones spam. Well, I suppose not spam. 2 Cold One Riders, 4 Feral Cold Ones. Cheap armor-piercing cav options. We do have the cohort of Huatl, Sacred Kroxigor, ROR, the Kroxigors. I took him partially for fun, partially to dissuade Imrik from diving on my lord, the Fire Slon, since he's not the best melee combatant. Did take him for Burning Head and Banishment to clear out those archer, pike, and shot blobs or anything like that. Bunch of skinks, red-crested skinks, skink cohorts with javelins. We do have Revivification Crystal. Oh yeah, and we do have mighty T-Rex. The Feral Carnosaur is going to hunt Imrik wherever he attempts to land. On the other side, real quick, we do have the Dragon Princes. Imrik himself, White Lions of Krace across the front line, plus some Spearmen, more Dragon Princes, a Life Caster. And that is about it, so no real archers for the sides of the High Elves, just an all-melee build. Banishment trying to punish the blob, but Dragonhorn has been popped and everybody has higher stats on the High Elf side. Meanwhile, the cohort of Huatl is trying to chase off these Dragon Princes, buy these red-crested skinks a little bit more time to do what they want to do. Feral Carnosaur and Cold Ones all trying to hunt down Imrik. Imrik has already received a little bit of healing, and the Dragon Princes, the Fireborn, have taken a lot of damage. They already have a regrowth cast onto them. Some pretty good stuff over there. Feral Carnosaur and Cold Ones all just piling into this area. Now there are a lot of spears. They'll need some Slon support. I wonder if a Burning Head will be coming out. Yeah, I remember doing something about this situation. Hitting 2 or 3 High Elf units. Getting really good damage down for the cost of my 450 Feral Cold Ones taking a lot of damage. Though to be fair, also Cold One Riders are taking a lot. And the T-Rex is still trying to hunt down Imrik. A little Earthblood, but it's too late for some of these Spearmen and Lother and Sigard. They're, sorry, White Lions and Krace, they're out of here. Ooh, and the Burning Head hit some other stuff too. Go Burning Head, go. T-Rex still trying to punish Imrik for his crimes. Still trying to get him to be a little bit more honest here with diving into the fray. Now this big boy is anti-large, armor-piercing, so Imrik's not having a good time at all, and he is going to actually try and opt out of this fight, but T-Rex is going to keep poking him a little bit. Elsewhere, the cohort of Huatl is helping break down the melee fight. Looks like they're going from one fight to the next and trying to keep things moving along that way. Imrik did get up into the sky, and he's now going to throw a breath attack down onto the mass of Velociraptors. Not doing that much damage, unfortunately, for him. And now the Feral Carnosaur is stuck fighting the Fireborn. He gets side-charged by Imrik, and that is going to be no fun for that big boy. Meanwhile, everything else is going pretty well for the Lizardmen. They're winning the frontline fight across the board, except for where Imrik is, and a lot of Dragon Princes have been committed to that fight as well. Even more Dragon Princes coming, even with the cohort of Huatl trying to keep them down. Feral Carnosaur as Lord of Dragons popped on him, taking him down to 16 melee attack, which is pretty bad, but an overcasted Burning Head from the Salon is going to try and clear out any last remnants of the High Elf infantry, and it indeed does, leaving just the Fireborn and other Dragon Princes to hold down this Feral Carnosaur, who's now receiving some damage resistance, some leadership, some Revivification Crystal healing. It's all about healing up this big Feral Carnosaur, trying to get him to get his value out. And then another Banishment coming out from the Salon to take care of the White Lions. If you're ever playing Lizardmen, you're having issues clearing out infantry, basic Salon Lords that aren't Mazdamundi are really good at it. Blood Statuette of Spite, plus the Banishment, I really like them. Mazdamundi has Ruination of Cities, but it's a little too random these days. It doesn't feel like it really goes where you need it to ever. Feral Carnosaur getting dragged by the dragon in the cool animation. That was kind of neat. I have to back that up and watch that later. Poor little guy. He's getting decent damage out. Imrik has been receiving a lot of healing, and to be fair, so is the Feral Carnosaur, but Imrik's like double its cost. So far, this has been a pretty cost-effective trade for him. Still fighting his way out. Another Burning Head from the Slon, trying to clear out more Spearmen. Cold-Blooded tried to keep the Feral Carnosaur in play for a little bit longer, but it will not work. He'll take a ton of damage, and Dragon Princes are going to charge him. Takes another shot from the dragon. The Feral Carnosaur does go down. We'll have to see how much value you got at the end of the game. Looks like he was doing pretty good. Imrik now tries to dive on the Salon, and now is the time for the cohort of Huatl to shine, lowering his armor down to 60. They are in here. They are trying to punch him in the butt, make them leave the Salon alone. We have healing coming in for something. It's onto the cohort of Waddle. And Imrik's heal cap is within sight. How are we doing elsewhere? It's hard to avoid the big lizard fight. Dragon Princes, very, very injured each. Just trying to hang on in here. We have one White Lion of Christ left, another one over here, but it doesn't look like they're going to do so well with rampaging feral cold ones and a bunch of skink cohorts nearby. They're just too low to really get anything effectively done. Dragon Prince is starting to charge little skinks, run them all down with Imrik overhead, and again another Earthblood is cast, but one final Burning Head onto the White Lions of Christ, since there won't be a ton of great targets for Burning Heads later. Might as well just use it. Routes off them. The other White Lions almost routing. 8 leadership on those guys, negative 33. Yep, they are out of here. Another Blood Statuette of Spite was onto the Dragon Prince's ROR. They're super close to dead, even super close to heal capped. Cohort of Zwaddle. I keep saying Zwaddle. Cohort of Waddle. All good targets around. Some cavalry, some Imrik. They're happy. They're pleased as punch that this is what they have to deal with. Kind of a weird charging animation. Just loping around on their giant fists. Trying to catch up to the Life Mage, since she is on horseback, so I guess everybody could avoid us. Dragon Princes don't want to fight anybody in this healthy-ish blob. A muted breath attack from Imrik. Something went wrong there. Don't know what that was. Still has one breath attack left. But anyway, aside from that, they are trying to just pick off any skinks that they can. Quick little Burning Head from the Salon. I'm trying to use it for the burnt debuffs, the -8 leadership. Maybe we can kill the Fireborn. We even terror out the Mage of Life, but she's going to be okay after a while. Another Earthblood from her, really healing up all of these Dragon Princes, but a terror out does hit the Fireborn, gets them to leave, and the cohort of Waddle are trying to fight Imrik and these Dragon Princes. Bounce power is about even, slightly Lizardman favored. We are currently ganging up on this Mage of Life. We are done with her healing shenanigans. We kind of hate her. Fireborn Shatter at last. Imrik is getting another regrowth. His other Dragon Princes also terror out, taking a lot of damage from the cohort of Waddle. Plus, I suppose the Revivification Crystal and all these skink supports. Can't forget them. More skinks start to tear out. We are awfully close to the White Line, so anything that happens to Lizardmen could have them routing straight off the map. Everything's routing except for Imrik now. Everything. 7 Dragon Princes run off into the distance. Mage of Life, I can't chase her down, unfortunately. She is free and clear to go. I have some rallying forces that I'm trying to let them get their vigor back. They're all exhausted, and that's hurting their leadership, making them rather difficult to get anything done with. Imrik is officially heal capped, and he is surrounded by the Kroxigors, by the Revivification Crystal, by everything. The Kroxigors are getting another healing from that crystal. 2 uses left on it, and their healing cap is plenty far away, so they could actually get most of the use out of that one. Life Mage is back. Slon's going to rear charge her, but she throws out Earthblood? What was that? Yeah, she did cast an Earthblood on herself. Okay. That was overcast for some reason, which would be weird since Imrik was heal cap. Slon goes straight after her. Cohort of Waddle are still targeting Imrik, trying to peel him off the Slon so the Slon can attack the little mage lady, but his dragon mass is too high. He is able to just push through them and go wherever he wants for the most part. More skinks route. Luckily, we do have the unbreakable cohort of Sotek with their poison damage. Another Burning Head just onto the Dragon Princes for the -8 leadership debuff. Just trying to dissuade them from sticking around. But anyway, unbreakable poison infantry is a really nice support unit to give to the cohort of Waddle, and their armor sundering is really dragging Imrik down. 60 armor for him, 45 for the mage, though she hasn't been hit by the armor sundering for a while. She'd go down to 15. Dragon Princes do manage to hang on. They're down to 6 models instead of 7. The cohort of Waddle still poking down Imrik. We're getting a little worried that we don't actually have the firepower to kill them off just yet. And Imrik gets a huge charge onto my Slon, plus the Dragon Princes are holding him in place. Imrik gets another big charge. Cold Blood is the only thing keeping him in. I'm trying to path him inwards so that if he does run away from Imrik, he runs back into the map rather than away. But it doesn't look like he's able to escape. It looks like he's caught on the trees and Imrik himself. He is starting to route. He even terror routes. Imrik has hit every attack onto this guy, and he hits another one, finishing off the Slon. And without the Slon, the leadership of Lizardman does fall. Dragon Prince is still here. Now I want to engage them since they're so close to the edge of the map. I just want to get rid of them, and I even terror out the Mage of Life. She doesn't naturally route. She just terror out straight off. So for now, where the fight has helped the High Elves this whole time, It will last help me unless this lady has the world's shortest terror route and comes back immediately, refusing to go off the goddamn map. We just can't get rid of her. Imrik is taking a lot of damage, but so are we, and I get the Rufication Crystal away from Imrik for just a bit because I have one more use of its healing that I really want to get out. I don't want it to route off the edge of the map. Kroxigors do a lot of damage to life page. She routes for like the millionth time because terror routes don't count. She goes right to the edge of the map. Please just leave. All right, thank God she finally friggin' left. We have some skinks coming back. We have the cohort. Bounce power is about dead even. We are 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this absolute slugfest of high elf healing versus lizardmen bodies, and I guess also healing if you count the Rev Crystal. I mean, he provided a good amount of healing over the course of this, entire game. 0 uses left on the heal. Last one is going on in Sacred Kroxigors. They are getting awful close to routing. But Imrik's going slowly down. He's down to 3,000 hit points. 56 melee defense on him is pretty brutal. I start to walk my boys inwards because I think they're going to terror out soon. And I need them to terror out away from the edge of the map. I needed them to route into the map so they can come back. And I continue to path them further and further away. And now that we're pretty comfortably on the other side of Imrik, I give them new attack orders since I know they'll route inwards. Imrik has taken about 600 damage since we last poked in on him. There's the terror out of the cohort of Waddle. Instead of going into the map or going out of the map, they go sideways, which, you know what, we take those. It's not off the map, so that's good, but I don't know why they decided to route that way. They are very strange. And they're back. Imrik's still dying. He's taking big chunks off the Bastildon, but he is... Ooh, ow. Lord of Dragons down to 15 melee attack on my Kroxigors and only 10 melee defense. Imrik is trying to push into them. Bounce power significantly against the High Elves at this point. The Cohort of Sotek are unbreakable and refusing to die, making them really super fun for Imrik to deal with. And the dragon will be brought low. GG. Feral Carnosaur cost 1,600. I got 2,100 value in just fighting Imrik all game. 2,500 on the Cohort of Waddle from fighting mostly Imrik. 4,000 on the Fire Salon. Just saying, Blood Statuette, Banishment, Burning Head, pretty freaking good. 4,000 damage value on this Salon, very nice. 1,000 on the Bastildon, so it almost paid for itself while being a healing monster. Cold Wind Calf did fine. Cohort of Sotek got almost 2,000 value. Feral Cold Ones did fine. Skinks did pretty well overall. So that's a lot of value. There might have been a lot of healing, because you have 12,000 funds to spend on an army. With my Salon 4, 6.5... 8.5, 9.5, and between the two of you, that's 11, 13,000. So that's 13,000 value. So his whole army should have been completely eradicated by that point. And then you have, like another 1,000 there, another 1,000 between those two, another 1,000 between all of them, kind of. And there's any bodies that physically made it off the field, so didn't even die. That's how much freaking healing the High Elves have. Jesus Christ. 4,800 on Imrik, trying to solo carry the game. Lifecaster did amazingly well. Dragon Princes did fine. White Lions and Spearmen did okay, but they were just completely overrun by the Lizard Tide. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.